Okay, so today I went to this place and I opened up a transmission and I took it apart. I pulled the pan off and then I took the filter and then I moved the valve body off of it and then I turned it around. I took the front pump out. Pump. Okay. And then I took the input drum. Input. and then so I took the input drum and then I took the input shaft out of the input drum and the clutches. I took those out of the input drum. To do that, you have to take a snap ring out the top, and then you take your pressure plate, and then you take your friction materials and your steel plate materials, and in the bottom you take a piston out. Piston. I pissed in a cup one time, and I pissed in the toilet too. Sometimes I pissed in the backyard. Oh, so transmissions, yes, my bad. So I took the next drum, like a center drum or intermediate, something like that. And I took that out, and then I took the big snap ring and the center support, and then I took the planets out too. I took the planets out to the restaurant, and we went to play pool. And then I put the planets on the table, and then I took the output shaft out of the drum, you know, the one that puts out. Yeah, I took that shaft out of the transmission. And then, okay, so next you take the transmission case, it's naked now, and you put it in the washing machine, and then you cook it for a little while. And while it's cooking in the washing machine, you take your parts and you start to wash them too. Or at least you take them apart. And then you get your case out of the washing machine. You go and wash your parts. And then you start putting your new parts onto the parts that you're reusing. And then you build all your drums back together. You put the case up on the back side of it. The bottom, the back. So you stand the case up on the butt of it, and then you start to build it. You stack your, what do you put? You put your output shaft back into the case, then you put your planets, you put your drum, you put your snap rings, and you put some more drums and some more, some of them have bands, you gotta put the band in it, and your servos and stuff, but those aren't the one that I was talking about. So we're gonna go back to that one. So you put your intermediate or whatever, and you put your input drum with your input shaft into the top, and then you put your pump back on. You make sure to use new gaskets. You use the old gaskets, sometimes you have a leak. And so you make sure your pump is good, but new bushings and seals and stuff. And then you put the pump on with the gasket and the bolts. You tighten it down. And then I like to put my transmission on its back afterwards. And that way I can put the valve body after I rebuild it. I can clean it up, put new valves and stuff, yeah. And then I put it back on the transmission on the belly side. And then I put the filter and the pan gasket, the pan, the bolts, and put it back together, tighten everything real good. And then I get a converter and put it in it and send it off to the next guy.